YouTube, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be making a penny board, 22 inches long, 10 inches wide. So let's see if this is going to turn out well. The tools you would need are either a circular saw or a miter saw. You need a bandsaw, a scroll saw, or a jigsaw, a drill. I have this old longboard that I got really long ago for little kids, which is made out of this plywood right here. And let's get started. Plywood, you're gonna need a pencil right here, if I can grab it, and just draw any kind of shape you want. So one thing I forgot to add is it will really help right now if you draw the center line, and it will help so that way you can get the shapes to line up more correctly, and it won't be super off, if you know what I mean. So here's the center line right here in between the board. By the way, those curves, that curved line right there, don't think any of that is up. Now draw whatever shape you want. Three-handed this side right here. And what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is, because I don't want to do any mathematical equations, I'm just gonna cut that out, and then I'm just gonna flip it over and put it on the other side. So that way it'll be basically symmetrical. And this Sharpie line right here, I'm gonna cut that off on the miter saw, so it'll be easier to work with. I wonder why my mother gets angry at me. So much stuff everywhere I have to clear off. That's a lot better. Let's do this thing. The plywood has now been cut to width. Now we just gotta get a little bit artsy-fartsy and put some curves and shape into it. And yes, I know, I messed up a little bit. So I just learned how to use the bandsaw, so my cuts are gonna be iffy and pretty bad, but you know what? This is for fun. The cut was kind of horrific. I don't care that much about how much aesthetically pleasing it is, but you know, I bet you guys are more experienced out there using bandsaws, jigsaws, so it'll be better. The cut was actually like this. See, pretty good, but I was way off the line, so I tried to clean it up, and it turned out to be this weird wiggly line. But you know what? I feel like if you put a stain on it, it kind of looks like rough edges of a piece of wood. Now I just gotta do the other side, and hopefully it turns out a little bit better. I forgot to mention, use your scrap piece and just flip it over and then use it for the other side. So I decided I want to continue kind of this wavy, bumpy, rugged look on purpose and on accident. So I'm gonna purposely kind of go outside the line and then come in and kind of make these bumpy cuts, and it'll get closer to the line, but also have like this kind of effect you can see right here inside. And if you're planning on making it, you don't have to do this thing. It's just because I messed up because I'm a new woodworker. So now I gotta draw out the shape for the tail. And by the way, if you haven't realized already, this board is going to be completely flat. It's going to be no concave going in this way, or the tail being curved up, or the nose being curved up. If you want to do that, you can use a vacuum bag or a press. So a few years ago, I made another toddler board that doesn't have any longboard truck. It's like really small. It kind of looks like the ones you see from Walmart. But I had these offcuts from it, and you see it kind of has this bad bandsaw cut here. So I think I'm just going to use that for the tail, just on both sides, but again, do whatever. So this is a very, very interesting longboard, I'm very sure of that. I mean, this looks really wide, especially on camera, but I mean, it's the same width as the widest point of this board. I want to add one thing, that this is 1/2-inch plywood. So I've got the board cut out. Just the next step would probably be to add grip tape. But I'm out of grip tape. So I had to take off my trucks and wheels off of this longboard, and So now we got to drill the holes in the penny board, leaf board, whatever you want to call it, to put the trucks on. And yes, I know that longboard trucks are actually, the kingpin is supposed to face out. So the center line that we drew earlier, that's gonna help us line up the trucks. So for the trucks here, you can have different arrangements. Like if you want a slight kick tail, like not kick tail, but if you want to be able to lean back, move your back truck up more. So if you lean back, it actually like the nose will somewhat pop up. But if you just want to be like a classic, like just flat longboard, then move your truck back. And that's vice versa for this one. Take a pencil and just stick it in the holes and then mark it up. Now you can see the holes. What I recommend is, so with the screw that you're gonna use to put on the truck, is get a drill bit that is as big as it or slightly larger. So that way, like, if your hole's off a little bit, your screw's not gonna be stuck. By the way, I meant hardware that comes with the truck, or I think you have to buy it separately. Hardware, not screws. Now you just gotta pre-drill and then put the screws in. Hardware, So if you don't want to mess up the other side of your board, when you're pre-drilling, put a backer board, so that way it prevents blowout. Let's rock out and let's pre-drill those holes. As you can see, the holes are drilled. So right now, I got the trucks on, which is really exciting. Look at that, super cool. That's what it looks like compared to a longboard. Definitely looks wider. It's like, because I didn't, it wasn't exactly 10 inches. At the widest point here, it's 10 inches. Widest point here is probably like 10 and a quarter. But it's way shorter than a longboard. But it's pretty stable, so I think it'd be good for little kids. I really liked how this project turned out. If I could change one thing, it'd probably be to make my cuts a lot cleaner. It probably took me like a few hours. Like this video, share this video, comment on this video, subscribe if you want to. Thank you.